everyone, welcome back to Project Happy Home. For those of you who are new here, I'm Tanya, a doctor, lawyer, turned homeschool mom of 3 kids ages 10, 7, and 5. If you're interested in videos about secular homeschooling, raising a child with ADHD, and living a more essentialist lifestyle, you've come to the right place, so be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Every month or so, I do a product empties video. I'm a bit of a skincare junkie, so this is my February products empties video for you. Basically, I just collect a whole bunch of things that I'm finishing up in this basket in my bathroom closet, and then I share it with you guys. So I hope this is helpful to you. I like to talk more scientifically about why I use something or why I don't, because I did used to be a physician and I like to know what kinds of things I'm putting on my face. I think there's a lot of marketing that's involved in skincare, obviously, and it's hard to sort of piece out what's real and what's not based on, all the glowing claims that you read out there. So I'm just going to pick up things in a random order and tell you about them. This is a hyaluronic acid by the Inky list rather. I don't know exactly if I'm saying that name right, but I really liked this. I think I got this from Sephora, and it's a tiny bottle, but I mean, it's just hyaluronic acid, so you only need a couple of drops. I wish I knew the size on here. Hyaluronic acid is basically a molecule that our skin produces naturally. It acts as a humectant, meaning that it draws water from the deeper layers of the skin. It can also draw water from your outside environment. So you definitely do have to lock it in with a more occlusive layer of moisturizer. But it does a great job of bringing that moisture to the top levels of your skin where you want it, where you want to see like that hydration, that plumpness. I really like hyaluronic acid in my skincare. I've noticed a big difference since I've started using it in the last, I would say 5 years or so. My skin just stays a lot more hydrated throughout the day. It doesn't get irritated nearly as much. My skin is like normal combination skin, but it definitely has an allergic kind of emotional stress response. And so if I have a very stressful event occur, or if my period is coming or something like that, this chin jaw area generally tends to react and get just red and irritated. Ever since I added hyaluronic acid to my skincare regime, that definitely died down. And I think this is the one product that has made my skin feel more moist and hydrated. Not this one in particular, by the way, just hyaluronic acid. So I've used a variety of different products with hyaluronic acid. This was not my favorite by any means, but if you don't want a cream feeling and you want just a gel kind of dropper feeling, this is a great one to have on hand. I also really like the packaging of this, that it's in this opaque little bottle with like a flip top lid. It's great for travel. So I probably will be picking up one of these again. I like to switch up my hyaluronic acid just for fun. Speaking of hyaluronic acid, one of my favorites is this one by Neutrogena. You can actually get it at any drugstore. I pick up mine at CVS. This is their Hydra Boost Gel Cream. You have to get the one for extra dry skin. The reason being that this is the only one that's not fragranced. When you're looking for skincare for your face, I strongly advise that you try to avoid fragrance in your products, whether those fragrances are from natural things like essential oils or from synthetic fragrances. They can be very sensitizing to your skin. Even if you've used a fragrance product for like 6 months, 6 years, you can then develop a contact allergy to it, and it's a worthless ingredient. It has nothing to do with your skincare, so why take that risk? Just try to keep it out when you can. The regular Hydra Boost is very highly fragranced, and I've actually never tried it, but I just stay away from fragrance when I can. The extra dry skin version has a really nice dose of hyaluronic acid, and it's a plumping gel cream. I usually use every last drop, so there's nothing to show you. It's this slightly blue gelatinous water-based cream that I put on immediately after washing my face. When you're using any hyaluronic acid, you want to put it on while your skin is still damp so that it can really glob on to all of that water that's on your face. Not sopping wet, just damp. Same thing with your body, you guys. When you put on body moisturizer after a shower, try to do it while your skin is still damp. Give yourself a second to kind of shake off all those big water droplets and put your moisturizer on top of a wet skin surface so that you can lock in that water, so that you can actually trap those water molecules inside those top layers of your skin. The purpose of moisturizer in general is not to add moisture to your skin. It is to prevent water loss, what we call transepidermal water loss. It is water traveling through the bottom layers of your skin to the top layers of skin and then evaporating. When you slick on an occlusive layer of moisturizer on top, whether it's a fancy moisturizer or whether it's just Vaseline, what you're doing is you're creating a little shield to keep all those water molecules happily sitting inside your skin. If you have found that you don't get much benefit from moisturizer, it's probably because you're putting it onto a dry face. In that case, it's not really doing anything, right? So try to put it on moist skin and see if you observe a difference. Staying in the moisturizer talk, I just pulled out this Lynne Special Care Water Sleeping Mask. I gotta say, their packaging is really beautiful. I got this from Sephora. It comes in this lovely sort of glassy, milky, translucent jar. It's very similar to the jar that they had their sleeping lip mask in that I love. I love their sleeping lip mask. It's fragranced. I don't care. I love it. Nothing has kept moisture in my lips overnight as good as that thing. But I tried their water sleeping mask for skin. It is very fragranced. I don't like it. So I'm just gonna look at my phone for a second so that I can tell you the ingredient profile. It has an antioxidant-rich Hunza apricot and evening primrose to work overnight to reduce the look of fatigued skin. Hydroionized mineral water with zinc, manganese, magnesium, sodium, calcium, and potassium. Its own natural moisturizing factors, which is just a marketing expression that they've made up themselves, similar to skin's own moisturizing agents to circulate and retain long-lasting moisture, and then moisture wrap, which is another marketing term, an exclusive technology that features a mineral network of moisture-rich beta-glucan to form an 8-hour time-release moisturizing layer over skin, locks in active ingredients and mineral water. It does have a high percentage of glycerin in it. Glycerin's a great humectant. These other ingredients I'm not so sure about. I personally was really unimpressed. I used this completely up because I started using it on my feet and my hands and my elbows because I just wasn't impressed with what it was doing for my face. I didn't like the idea of using something that heavily fragranced on my face when I didn't see any effects whatsoever. This has 1 million reviews on Sephora and online. People love it. It was one of the Allure's products of the year. So if you want to give an expensive sleeping mask a try, go for it. I didn't see any benefit whatsoever. Beta glucan is a good ingredient. You can find it in oatmeal. For example, in a lot of Aveeno products, you're going to see beta glucan listed because you can find it in oatmeal. You can find it in regular oatmeal that you grind up and dump into your tub if you want. But it actually acts as a good humectant and moisturizing agent to your skin. So I don't know. I didn't see any results, but if you want to spend a lot of money on a sleeping mask, you should try it for yourself. Next up is rosehip oil from Levan Rose. Levan Rose is a company that I order from on Amazon. I really like the quality of their oils. I've used their jojoba oil, I've used their rosehip oil, and I think I've used their almond oil as well. In terms of the benefits of rosehip oil in particular, recent medical studies have shown that rosehip oil can decrease the appearance and texture of scarring, which is one of the reasons that I've been using it because if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that about a year ago, I suffered a pretty severe abdominal and groin burn from a flask of boiling hot tea. And the rosehip oil has done a great job of decreasing that scar tissue on my abdomen. I think it's really an effective oil. It's a very rich oil. It's also very high in antioxidants and particular vitamin C. Vitamin C has been shown to be great at scavenging those free radicals on your face, minimizing environmental damage, etc. So a lot of people use rosehip oil as sort of an anti-aging oil on their face. I find it to be a little bit too rich for my skin for that reason, but I can definitely recommend Levan Rose for the quality of their oils. They never seem rancid or strange smelling. The oil stays a really nice quality and texture without any kind of sediment the entire time that I use it. I like that they send you the oil in this like dark glass bottle so that you have, that protection from light. I generally keep most of my skincare products in the drawer though, so that they do have a lot of protection from UV light, which can cause the deactivation or the breakdown, the chemical breakdown of a lot of these active ingredients. So Levan Rose rosehip oil, good for scars, good for vitamin C and antioxidant activity. Next up is a sunscreen, my favorite topic ever. If you're not using sunscreen, you should be using sunscreen. This is a great one, I think. This is a chemical sunscreen from La Roche Posay. This is their Tolurane? I don't know how to pronounce that. Double Repair Face Moisturizer, UV Broad Spectrum 30. Now 30 is a pretty low broad spectrum in my opinion. You should at least be using 30. I like to use a little bit higher, but 30 will cover you for an average day. There is no point, by the way, in using SPF 15 or trying to use BB creams or CC creams as your SPF. You are simply not using enough to create a protective skin layer, like a protective shield from the sun on your face. Whether you have dark skin, light skin, anything in between, you should be using sunscreen every single day. There will be nothing that you do that is more valuable to your skin than using sunscreen. Nothing. Not drinking water, not using, any kinds of retinols or retinoids or anything. The most valuable thing you can be doing is using a sunscreen every single day. So if that's not part of your regimen and you're watching skincare videos, you are wasting your time. I'm gonna straight up say it. You need to get a sunscreen on board, whether it's winter, spring, summer, etc. No matter what the UV index is, you should definitely be using a facial sunscreen on your chest, neck, backs of your hands, your face every single day. This is a really nice rich one. It has a very typical moisturizer feel. It doesn't have that greasy, slick feeling that a lot of people associate with sunscreens. I think one of the reasons people don't use facial sunscreens is because they don't like the feeling of body sunscreens. The formulations are really quite different. In the last 10 years, the formulations of facial sunscreens have improved so much that you should definitely put in the time to find the brand or the type that works for your skin. As I said, this is a chemical sunscreen, meaning that it employs ingredients that basically break down those rays, those UVA and UVB rays, as they come into your skin. They're changing them chemically, right? Whereas a physical sunscreen includes the ingredients titanium dioxide and zinc oxide often, which actually bounce off those UV rays. They're creating a physical shield. Whether one's better or worse, you can get into the weeds about that. There has been research showing that the physical sunscreens are better for people with darker skin tones. I tend to use a physical sunscreen more, but you run the risk of having a white cast on your face. So, that all being said, here's a good chemical sunscreen. This one I like because it includes ceramides and niacinamide. Ceramides, again, are naturally produced in your skin. They help keep your skin moist. They help preserve that skin barrier to transepidermal water loss. It's a great ingredient to add to your skincare. Niacinamide has been proven to be effective in reducing inflammation as well as hyperpigmentation. So another great ingredient to throw in there. This is a nice combination type of sunscreen for you. If you're just starting out, it's probably one of my favorites that's available in a drugstore. I think it runs about $20 or so. I could be wrong on that though. This one has avobenzone, homosalate, octisalate, and octicrylene. So it is not reef safe, but it's a good sunscreen. Don't go into the reef and, pollute the ocean with it. But for your daily life, it's a great one. So another cream that I pulled out is a Josie Maran cream. It is the whipped argan oil gingerbread cream. I think this came in a kit, like a Christmas kit from Sephora with like 3 or 4 of them. This is the gingerbread scent. Yeah, I used it almost all up. You can still see some white cream in there. It definitely smells like gingerbread. I would just use this on my feet, on my body. I have a weakness for fragranced creams. I know that I shouldn't be using fragrance and I try very hard not to on my face, but I like to smell like things when I go to bed at night, and my husband appreciates it too. So this is a gingerbread cream and he really liked it. So I like their argan oil based creams. They're very moisturizing. Nothing like to write home about. I still think the best body moisturizer out there, bang for your buck, is CeraVe's body moisturizer. But this one adds a nice little scent. Next up is a holy grail product for me, you guys. This is unfortunate that it's a holy grail product because it is so expensive. And it is SkinCeuticals C&E Ferulic. This is the gold standard of vitamin C creams. This was what started it all in terms of what dermatologists would recommend for vitamin C creams. The ferulic acid in there stabilizes the vitamin C supposedly, and it's been the same formula for a very long time. I've tried several different vitamin C serums, and this is the only one that I see that actually makes a difference in fine lines and texture on my face. So even though this is twice the price of Drunk Elephant's C Firma, which is another very popular vitamin C cream, I find that this is so much more effective. I've tried the cheaper ones like Timeless and May Love and other ones, and I just see no effect on my skin, nothing whatsoever. Dermatologists are split on the effects of vitamin C on your skin. Whether vitamin C actually helps skin is proven. It's definitely true. Whether we can keep it in a bottle in an active form so that it's effective when we use it at home is less proven, let's say. So I really value the fact that SkinCeuticals has put a lot of money and research and patent protection into how they formulate this. And I think that they've done a good job because however it works or however it's been formulated, I only see an effect with SkinCeuticals. Like vitamin C serum. I do not see an effect with any of the others, so that's just what I'm using. There's one other very popular vitamin C serum that I am planning on trying though, and that is Sunday Riley's CEO serum. And I think that also has really good reviews. I'm gonna give it a go and see if I see any results with that one. But if not, I think I'm just gonna stick to this, you guys. I'm sort of done experimenting. I think it's a wonderful product. I want to narrow down my skincare into the things that actually work, whether they are expensive or not, because I don't wanna waste my money on just a plethora of things that don't work, if that makes sense. Another very expensive product, you guys, but something that I really have been enjoying is the Pure Radiance Oil by True Botanicals. Now, if you've been watching these videos for a while, you know my opinion of clean beauty. I think that the whole movement is a little bit hyped. I really do. I think that the clean beauty movement talks about a lot of ingredients that are perfectly safe for human use, and tries to paint them as like cancer-causing horrible ingredients that are going to ruin your entire life and your children's health and everything. That being said, the True Botanicals Pure Radiance Oil has been incredible for my skin. I really adore how it feels, how it goes on. It has a deep, rich kind of orangey hue, if you can see. And I'm not sure if you can, but it is a lovely, lovely oil on your face. It does a great job of just making my skin feel calm and hydrated. It is my first step after my hyaluronic acid, both in the morning and at night. I just use like 3 or 4 drops of it, and I've been having such a good experience with it. I think a lot of skincare is about how it makes your skin feel, how it makes you feel as you put it on. Both the experience of using the product and the effects of the product matter in terms of staying diligent to the product. And I really love this. I really do. I've been using their serum too. I don't know if I'm as sold on their serum, but I love the face oil. I think it's done a great job with improving hyperpigmentation and calming inflammation. So I might stay on board with the True Botanicals Pure Radiance Oil for a while. Again, remarkably expensive, but hopefully if more people start using it, they can lower their price. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I've been on a no-buy year, and I've really tried to shift my buying practices so that I buy less and less, and I'm trying to finish up a whole bunch of products that have been just sort of sitting in my drawer, things that didn't really work for me, but you know, I tried them out and whatever, but I've been trying to like be more diligent about using them. And one of these products is the Tata Harper Reparative Moisturizer. Now, Tata Harper is another very popular clean beauty company. I was unimpressed, you guys. Like, I thought this was a nice moisturizer. I don't have any left to show you. I thought this was a nice moisturizer. I didn't think it was earth-shattering in any way, shape, or form. So I'm a pass on Tata Harper, and actually was so fragranced with essential oils and things that it actually kind of irritated my skin a little bit. So, okay, the next product is an essence. Now, I got this as a part of a gift. It came in a set of 3 with a serum, an essence, and a moisturizer. This is by Caudalie, the Vino Perfect Essence. Essence is a funny marketing term that has come into popularity because of Korean beauty and the rise of Korean beauty and this idea of 7-layer skincare or 10-step skincare and all of this stuff. I'm not making fun of that because I have a lot of steps in my skincare. But essence means whatever the beauty industry wants it to mean. It's slightly different than toner because although it's like liquidy and very watery, toner is meant to take off things in general. It's meant to take off dead skin cells or take off makeup, whereas essence is adding something in a water-based medium to your face. So different essences are marketed for different skin reasons. So there's hyaluronic acid essences for people with dry skin, for example. There's also glycolic acid essences. There's essences with just prebiotics or probiotics in them. This one has white peony flower, it has glycolic acid, and it also has grape water. Caudalie is sort of based on this whole grape water aesthetic. I found it to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. One of the things you should know about essences is it's really hard to preserve the chemical structure of different active ingredients when it's in a water-based type of delivery mechanism. So there's a lot of waste, like product waste, in a watery delivery mechanism. But I mean, all things being equal, I found this to be entirely useless, though a fun little step to add to your routine. So I am sort of anti-essence. I don't see the point. If anybody has been using an essence where they just think that their whole skincare life has changed, please let me know in the comments down below, because I'll be sure to check it out because I love trying out skincare claims. Differin, you guys, here is another tube of Differin, and I know I mentioned that I would do a Differin related video for you guys soon, and I will. Seeing this has reminded me, but I think Differin's a great way to start on a retinoid journey. There is a definite difference between retinols that you can get in, for example, Neutrogena or L'Oreal or Oil of Olay products versus a retinoid. Until recently, you couldn't get retinoids without a dermatologist prescription, but now adapalene gel has been approved for over-the-counter use, and Differin is one of the companies that makes it. You can get this at Costco, you can get this at CVS and Walgreens. It comes in a very gelatinous delivery form in this opaque tube. This tube will last you well over 2 months, and you just apply a pea-sized amount, a true pea size. Like if you take your last digit, like half of that digit, you take that pea-sized amount and you dot it across your face, your dry, clean face at night, and you just make a thin, even layer and go to sleep. There's many different ways of using it. I'll make a focused video, but just now, if you don't have time and you want to try out a retinoid, which is stronger than an over-the-counter retinol that you would get in those, general like L'Oreal, Neutrogena kind of products, Differin's a great one to try out. And basically when you do it, there are a couple things to remember. One is that if you have very sensitive skin, go slow, don't start with it every single day, and create a moisturizing buffer to your skin. So for example, do your normal, washing your face, cleansing your face, moisturizer routine. Let that moisturizer completely dry down, and then you apply your pea-sized amount of Differin in an even layer across your face. If you really do have dry and sensitive skin, apply another layer of moisturizer on your face before you go to sleep. So once that Differin has completely dried down, go ahead and apply another layer of moisturizer. So you create a little duvet of moisturizer around the Differin. The other thing to remember when you're using any retinol or retinoid product is you must use sunscreen in the morning because it sensitizes your skin to sun damage. So it's sloughing off, it's accelerating the rate of skin cell turnover to reveal newer, brighter, younger looking skin. However, that also makes your skin more susceptible to sun damage. So definitely make sure you have a regular sunscreen routine if you're using a retinol or a retinoid. Speaking of sunscreen, my very favorite under-eye sunscreen is this product by Supergoop, and it is their eye cream with oat peptides. Remember the beta-glucans I was mentioning for moisturization? They're really humectant molecules, but this is a broad spectrum sunscreen, SPF 37, a really high sunscreen that you can put under your eyes. I had no irritation with this whatsoever, and it has this nice steel tip applicator that makes it nice and cool in the morning when you apply it under your eyes. So I love this product. I've actually recently tried the new Supergoop under eye mineral sunscreen, and I don't like that nearly as much. So I would go with this one. Speaking of under eyes, this is a product that I've had for far too long. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and it's been touted in magazines, by bloggers, by everybody as an amazing under eye concealer. You just pop it on and there's concealer there, I think. See? You can see the concealer appear on my hand. I actually don't use concealer that much, which is why I say that I've had this for far too long. I've had this for, this is going to be embarrassing to say, but probably 3-4 years, something like that. And you should not use products near your eyes for that long. So don't be like me. Don't save a concealer for this long just because you don't use it that frequently. Honestly, I could use a concealer, but I don't because I wear glasses, and that just seems like an extra step. I'm not going anywhere fancy, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but as far as a concealer goes, I thought this was a good one. If you have a skin tone near mine, this one's the honey shade, and I thought it was really good. Last but not least is a mascara. This is the Stila Huge Extreme Lash. I really like this. I thought it was a really nice mascara. I didn't love it. It didn't compare to, for example, Benefits Better Than Sex or Benefits Damn Girl Mascara or Lash Paradise, but I thought it was a really nice mascara. It had a thick sort of, spiral kind of wand, nothing too fancy. it was a good mascara. There was nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't the best mascara. That's my conclusion on this. So if it's on sale or something at Sephora and you feel like trying a new one, it was nice. I thought the black was really black. It didn't irritate my eyes at all. Created nice lengthening, nice volume. Just not as good as Benefit's mascaras in my opinion. And have they changed the formula for Lash Paradise, you guys? Because when it came out, I thought it was incredible. I thought it was a perfect dupe for Better Than Sex. And now it's not as good. I don't know what's happening. Has anyone else experienced this? Comment down below because I'm curious if it's just me and I'm just losing my mind or if this really happened. That's it, you guys. I'm sorry that it took so long, but I do have a lot of empties, especially as I'm trying to go through all the products that I have. In the next few months, we will be moving, so my empties might become a little less or they might become a little more. I don't know. Some of them might not technically be empties. They might be things that I'm deciding to throw away and just like, you know, give up on. So I will be sharing those with you as they come about. If there's any skincare videos in particular that you would like me to make, anything specific to one type of product, for example, retinoids, or moisturizers or body care or hair care, let me know because I think having a little bit more focused attention on the ingredients put into one type of product might be helpful to you. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really do value your time. Thank you for spending some of it with me, and I wish you the very best day.